Beautiful people. Welcome, welcome. Dr. Eve here. It's a good Monday. Coming in to check on you all. It's lunchtime, everybody, for lunchtime conversations over here. TOLTM Conversations. And I'm so excited to always be sharing with you all. For those of you who don't know me, I am Dr. Eve, your community health and human service educator, teaching you about the homestead journey, the journey that I've been on through life, and how I arrived here, how I successfully curated my life with God, right? So, super excited to share with you all today. Come on in the room. I'm waiting. I know that YouTube is looking for some folks for me. So until they look for some folks, y'all, I've got some good stuff for y'all today. I've got some good stuff for y'all today, and I am super excited. But before we get to that, can y'all tell me what is the screencasting feature? Has anyone used the screencasting feature here over here on YouTube? Has anyone used the screencasting feature on YouTube? Anyway, let's get on into it. I'm super excited. I've got lots of gems here. I've had for lunch today homemade turkey salad, y'all. And let me tell y'all about this turkey salad. First of all, I make the best turkey salad. And what made it even easier was, I don't know if y'all checked out my live stream about my little shorts that I made, where I made the freeze dried celery, freeze dried onions, freeze dried bell peppers. Y'all better get into it. because baby, I didn't have to cut nothing up to do this. Like, literally do not have to cut anything up to do this. Because why? You remember I told you how the celery, when you put it back into into food, it will come back to its natural state. Y'all check that out. Y'all see the celery? Hey Oliver, y'all see the celery right there? Can you see it? I don't know. Can you see it? Well, that's the celery. That's the celery, the freeze dried celery that I made. I just take it out of the jar, put it into my mixture, and boy, we got lunch. So today's lunch, we have turkey salad and crackers, and I also have a little bit of fruit juice, and yeah, and some tea, some hibiscus tea. But we're going to be talking about all of these things because it's important. Hello, Oliver. Anyway, while I'm talking to you about this turkey, let me share something with y'all about turkey. First of all, did you know that you can make did you know that you could make chicken feed? Chicken feed, you can make some good feed for your chickens, right? And when I was breaking my turkey down, I slow cooked it on 200 and just let it cook to the bone. Then I take everything off the bone and I put it into a pot. And in that pot, I'm from North Carolina. What's up, Dustin? I put it into a pot and I let it cook down for 48 hours. No less than 24. And I let it cook to 48 hours. It is in health and human services with a concentration in social and community services. And so I let it cook down, and last night, and then I jar up the broth. Once I jar up the broth, I shelved 11 jars of turkey broth last night. It is amazing what you can do with the food. A lot of things we just throw away. Like we must get into the no food, no waste, no food waste. Hey, Starla, thank you. And so once I canned up I canned up the broth. And then I thought all the remains that were left, there were bones, and then there were, I got it from Dubai, Abu Dhabi, and I love these. I got it from, yeah, got it from Dubai. So then I canned up the broth, and then I took there was remains left. There was a lot of stuff that was left from, after I took the chicken, the part for the chickens, this turkey salad, and then there was the part for the remains that was in the that I made from the broth from. And so I was like, okay, well, I remember somebody on YouTube saying, "Nice to meet you too, Dustin. Nice to meet you as well." So I remember someone on YouTube saying, you can make your own chicken feed, and we better really, with everything, even in the homestead space, with everything inflated as it is, your livestock will should be of concern as well, because you have to feed them, right? And I got to thinking about that because, I do composting and I'm just getting into this thing. Why? Because, first of all, it's good for me, it's good for my family, and it's good for the purpose for which I stand, as a community health and human service educator. One of the things we're trying to fight right now is NWO4, which is food insecurity. And as a community health educator, my job is to model what that looks like, right? It's hard, it's very difficult for people to follow you when, people don't want you to preach to them, like they want you to show them what, have you done this? Like, what kind of success did you have with this? And why should we do this again? So, yeah, I believe in the number one priority for me as a community health and human service educator is to model what I expect from other people. And because I want us to begin to think about how we utilize our food, I think it's critical that we think about it. So now let's get back into this feed. So now we know that this feed is a problem because the price of it is going up as well. And if more people are doing homesteading, then of course it's going to go up. The demand will go up for it. Demand will go up. So guess what I did? I took the rest of those remains and I spread them out on my freeze dry trays. And baby, I just slid them into the freeze dryer. You know what's going to happen with it? It's going to dry it up. It's going to dry it up. And you know what I'm going to do with it? I'm going to bag it up into a Mylar bag. And when I go out there to feed my chickens, I'm going to feed them the food that I made for them. You could do this with all of your food waste. Your chickens love vegetables. Like if you got stuff that's about to go bad, or you want to give them some goodies inside their feed, put it in the oven and let it roast. Let it roast until it gets dry. And then you have feed. You have feed for them. I don't let things go bad in the garden, and I don't let things go bad in the home. I'm really going to write a book about this because I don't think enough of us know this, that we don't have to waste it, that it still has another purpose. And what if, I can take this stuff to market. I can take it to the farmer's market. Somebody want a new treat, like give your some turkey treats, some turkey treats to your chicken, right? Or whatever. So, yeah, so that's exciting. Another thing I learned in making this turkey yesterday, was that, how you have to chop it all up to make the turkey salad. I have like a blending system. I have two blenders I have a blender that was a complete set, like a smaller blender that chops things, and then a blender that blends things, and then the cups that you blend for your smoothies. Well, y'all, Did you know that you could just put the turkey inside the chopper? I, I wasn't thinking. I really wasn't thinking. Mm. What are y'all having for lunch? You know, this is lunchtime conversations, right? My people, what are y'all having for lunch today? Hello. Let me go share this on tip number two for processing. I love YouTube. And I love coming over here to be able to share with you all. To come and build build community, because building community is critical. And you all know that as a community health and human service educator, I teach classes, I teach entrepreneurs, I teach those who are in the agricultural space or others who, because many people belong in the agricultural space and don't know they should be, because they miss it out on that MONEY, because they haven't classified themselves as in the agricultural space, right? So today, again, we're talking about strawberries, homemade chickpea, and what else we got going on. So I wanted to just come and share this. I wanted to go share this with my folks so they can come in live. Come in live with me. Okay. Where's my other phone? Oh, let me use mine. Hold on. I gotta share the YouTube because y'all not gonna share it. I have to share my own YouTube because I don't know why folks don't think that the easiest way they can help somebody is to share the live. Social, be social, everybody. That's what this is about. Social media is about being social. Hey, babe. So let me share this out real quick, and then we're gonna get back to this conversation. See if I can get some more people in this live, right? And are y'all having lunch though? It's lunchtime. We supposed to. What you having for lunch? I'm having turkey salad, crackers, and some tea, hibiscus tea, and some good fruit smoothie. Getting some good nutrition in my body, right? So let me see here. Y'all want to come work with me for a little while? Hello, who's here? Any questions, anybody? Dustin, where are you from? And Starla, where are you from? Starla, where are you from? Where are y'all from? Tell me where you're from. What country? What state? It'd be real helpful to know who's in the room. All right, so let me share this really quick. Why is it not showing me my live? I want to see my live so I can share my live with my people. Oh, I don't see it. Why is it not here? Okay, view channel. There it is. All right. So we're going to share this real quick with some folks. Share. And we're going to share it in my Telegram. And we're going to share it in my Facebook. Which social media platforms do you all enjoy the most? Which ones do you all enjoy the most? Which social media platforms do you all okay, y'all enjoy the I'm hearing most? Myself. Which ones do you if you are here on the live, please say hello and tell me, what are you having for lunch today? What are you having for lunch today? If you are here on the live, please say hello and yeah, I'm trying to get the share. I'm looking for the share button. Okay, there it is. Share. Copy the link. Ooh, 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 ooh. Hey. Hey there. Welcome to Lunchtime TOLTM Conversations with Dr. Eve, everybody. Uh-oh. I can't take that call right now. Okay, y'all. I swear I think they just be seeing me on live and they just start blowing my phone up. I think that be what it be. What y'all thinking? Hmm? What y'all thinking? So this is TOLTM with Dr. Eve. Come on in the room. I am excited to be sharing with you all some healthy tips, some things I'm learning on the way. On my homesteading journey. For those of you who don't know me, I am Dr. Eve, a community health and human service educator with a very strong concentration in social and community services. And so I am here to share with you all about what we're doing on this journey in the field of community health and human services and what solutions look like, right? It's very, very critical that we not only see problems, but how can we be the solution? And guess what? We all can play a very strong part in the solution, because one family at a time, one home at a time, one community at a time. We all have our different places of strengths that we could, you know, be a part of the mission, right? Of making this a healthier earth, reducing food waste, reducing the poverty, reducing the excuse me, bang. Yes, I hear all your sounds in my live. What? Your sounds. I'm live. So, at any rate, y'all, he do it every single time. He do it every single time I go live. He come in the house and he blast with blasting music, blast whatever he got going on, the news, whatever. Anybody else experience that? That every time you go live, somebody, 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 somebody got to come in with some irrelevant noise, right? Him, that guy on the wall right there, that guy right there on the wall, him, my husband, of 33 years, him. He know I be doing this every single day at 1 o'clock. I don't understand. I don't. This is lunchtime live TOLTM conversations with Dr. E. I just don't understand why he does it. Anyway, let's get back to it. Now I had my little rant. I had my little rant for a while. I have one more place. I'm going to drop this link and then we're going to get back into this conversation because I need you all to understand that we all play a very big part in the work that must be done to address some the social determinants of our own health, right? And we had some lived experience. It's our lived experience that should drive what solutions we need in the world, right? If food insecurity is a problem, then how do we solve that? We could say give them some more benefits or give them some more assistance, but that's a band-aid. That's really a band-aid to the problem. It's not a solution that is sustainable, right? Because what happens when they run out of money, or what happens when they decide to cut benefits, or what happens when they decide to stop the program? What have we taught people about sustainability for real, right? So that's very, very important that we have that conversation, because why? Because we can help people to truly begin to think about what sustainability looks like for them. Now, let me give you another example, right? Strawberries. Like every season, like for those of us who grow food, we grow food, and depending on your zone that you live in, there are certain times of the year you grow certain foods, and there's other times when you have those foods and times when you don't. Let's take, for example, strawberries. Strawberries. Strawberries will spring in, they will flower in the spring. You plant them in the fall and they will grow in the spring, and you harvest them, and you may not have no more all year long. But in other areas of the country or in other countries, they may have strawberries. In places where it's always warm, where it's always tropical, where it's, you know, you able to get strawberries all the time. Well, now if you were just you as an individual, a restaurateur, a specialty cake designer who needed strawberries, who uses strawberries a lot, right? Why do we need strawberries? What are they used for? And so when you begin to think about that, you begin to think about the times when you won't have them. With majority of our food coming from either California or across borders, then we are subject to the possibility of not having certain foods. Or we're subject to increased prices from tariffs, right? And so that is a fact. So if you can't grow strawberries right now, but you love strawberries and you have access to strawberries, then the most important thing is for you to figure out how you can either can them or freeze dry them. Now, what's the difference between canning them and freeze drying them? Canning them will only give you a shelf life of maybe 2 years. Freeze drying gives you a shelf life of 25 years. So what I typically do is this Saturday I freeze dried some strawberries, 4 trays of them, and I've got a lot more I want to freeze dry because I just want to have them on my shelf. And what I typically do is I'll have a jar of these out, and y'all look. Let me just show y'all. These are my strawberries that I freeze dry. I'm gonna take a small one, and it's like a dry piece of tart or something. You want crunchy. I'm crunchy strawberry. And it's so good. Now, I'll keep these out for when maybe I want to put some in some cereal or something. I don't have to go to the store. I go to this jar. Excuse me. Got an itchy eye. I'll take a few and put it in my cereal, and it will reconstitute the strawberry back to its original state. The remainder of those I will put in Mylar bags, seal them, label them, date them. Now these are good for 25 years. That is the difference. This is called, first of all, no food waste. We're talking about if you're growing them, you got to figure out how to store them for long term, right? Because there are times when you won't have them. So storing them, freeze drying them, these are options, right? These are some of the options that you have for strawberries. Same thing with bananas. Say you can grow bananas. I know y'all have seen, and I know many of you have probably purchased You go into the store and you buy dry bananas, dry this, dry that, dry the other. How are they doing it? They're freeze drying it. Well, you can do the same thing. I bought me a freeze dryer, and baby, I done made my money back off that freeze dryer. If you want to know more about it, look in the description below this video. There will be a link for it because I am an affiliate. Okay. Now, I just want to put y'all on game though, because I practice what I'm not over here, you know. I need to have them strawberries. Give me my strawberries. Give me my bananas. Give me my oranges. Give me my grapes, my lemons. Give me my fruit because I love fruit. And it will make this right here. I love a good smoothie. Y'all, I got to keep healthy. Only way you stay healthy, you have to give your body what it needs, right? So, again, that's my strawberry game I'm putting y'all on. Now, the rest of y'all, earlier I told y'all about the turkey, the chicken feed, the life cycle of meats, of the meats that you cook. Many of y'all throw the good stuff in the trash. Y'all throw the bones in the trash. Don't throw the bones in the trash, y'all. Don't throw the stock away. That's the stuff you want to have for your colds and your cold days, and the days when you just need something warm in your body, right? A good broth will do you good. So I made from one turkey 9 jars of stock. I made 2 bags of chicken salad. I'm talking gallon bags of not chicken salad, turkey salad. Now, the bones, once you cook them down, y'all gotta get into this for his God. That's some good stuff. So once you finish cooking your turkey, I'm getting ready to take one out of the oven in a few minutes. Take that turkey out, snatch it off that bone, all that good meat, put it in the blender, and blend it up, and put it in a bag, because you can make turkey salad, you can make chopped turkey barbecue. You can probably, if you mix it up real good, you can probably have turkey patties. You can have everything else that you can make a burger out of. You can do the same thing with some turkey and rice. So, and this is a good time to cook turkey, because usually the turkeys are on sale, hams are on sale, things like that. It's a good time to preserve them, because they're plentiful, right? This is the season for them. When things are in season, tap that source, because it's not in season all year, okay? You can't find them turkeys until turkey time. They can't find them. You can't get them nowhere. I have not seen it. Very rare. Maybe turkey breast. Anyway, but here's the thing. The turkey bone. The bones, once you get the broth, you don't want to dump that broth down the sink, y'all. Come on. I used to do it too. But do not dump your turkey broth down that sink. That's gold. That's like gold to your family, okay? That's to your family's health. Because that's got all that seasoning in it, the celery, the seasons, parsley, all the things that you put, all them herbs, all them herbs that you use to make that broth, that you use to season that turkey, they're in that broth. Y'all better can that stuff up. Okay? Take the bones, because most of the time when you cook it that long, the bones are you can squeeze them and they're gonna crush, right? But if they don't, you can take the bigger bones that you take when you are taking the turkey off before you make the bone broth, like the leg and all those things and the thighs and stuff, you can put them in the oven and just let them dry out and make. You can make calcium. You can make the bone meal. Bone meal is for plants. It's what we use to plant in our garden. I don't know why we didn't know this stuff, because all the stuff that they selling us to keep our gardens is all stuff that came from organic matter. If it came from organic matter, where they get it from? My question is always like, well, how'd you get it? Like, where'd you make that, and how did you do it? Okay, let's think about bone meal. Is nothing but like bones. It's bone. It's literally bone. It's literally bone. But how do they? What's the process of it? All them bones y'all be throwing in the trash from your food. Put them in the oven and let them dry out, baby. Let them cook down to bone meal. Put them inside. When they get to a place where they can just crush up, y'all, then you crush them up. Like mine's are in. I just put the remains in the freeze dryer because I am making feed for my turkey, for my chickens, right? Again, my chickens need to eat. So what am I gonna make for them? Chicken feed out of the food, the remains, stuff that the parts that I don't eat. So everything has a life cycle, and my goal is to share with you all what the life cycle is like. Now, here's what I want y'all to do for me, because I don't want to just share these lies. I want you all to, for those of you who want information about the things that I'm doing daily here in the on this journey to food insecurity, because that's what this is all about: teaching, educating, modeling, facilitating, helping with, helping you set up your garden, helping you, giving you a all the things. If you need a consult, grab one. Grab yourself an assessment. We can assess what your space look like. You can have your own personal consult on how to get started, right? In the meantime, I will have some free downloads for you. And if you want to get more information on that, um, subscribe to my newsletter. Subscribe to my newsletter. You'll see it on my website. Click the link in the description. Subscribe to the newsletter. It will generate your email to us. And then I will be sending out those daily, tips and tools on how to get started on this journey to being self-sustainable. It's so, so important, y'all. It's so important. And I know that people have a lot of questions, because I be having a lot of questions. But baby, I have my mind said, I have a why mind. I have a why. Why do you do that? And why? How did you get it? And where did you get it from? And what is it made of? I have a natural inclination for questioning things, which is why I'm a researcher. I'm a qualitative researcher. Hmm. Hmm. Now, I also saw a video the other day on how you can take beans, sunflowers, seeds, almonds, and you can mix that up into a paste, a little water, spread it out, and make your own crackers. My next thing is how do I make breads and things like that so I can omit this flour, because it's not really that good for us, because it's enriched in this white flour. Um, how can I create that in a healthier way, right? So the goal is, how do we do more of, what's our part in food security for ourselves? I remember when I didn't have soil to to grow in. And I grew in bags. I grew in bags, like anything that I could put some dirt in. Shoes, boots, pots, bags, flower baskets hanging on a those what do you call those rods that you use for your bathroom. I put them outside and I would grow stuff out of that. I would use shoe bags to hang on my fence and I would grow things out of those little shoe pockets. We can grow, y'all, until you can find your farmland, right? Because the thing about it, when people think about farmland, they think, oh, I got to have a whole lot of land. You absolutely do not. You absolutely do not. And you don't have to have some big old pretty house. Many people aren't even homeowners, and you can do both strategically if you're interested. As an investor, I shop for agricultural, farming, homesteading property. When my husband and I bought this home, I had an idea of what I wanted, and it wasn't what everybody thought I should have. It was what I wanted because I knew what I was going to do with it. I wanted a corner property. I wanted a backyard. I did not need no garage. That's just space. I didn't need that. Um, I have a carport though, so that's cool, right? I have a barn. I needed storage. I needed a yard to place my kids, grandkids could play. I needed, you want to look at certain things, drainage, things you should be looking for, infrastructure for homesteading property. Many people really look past the idea of just getting a trailer. If the trailer is if an old trailer is sitting on some property that the trailer belongs to the property, then you got infrastructure. The most important thing is that you need infrastructure. You don't just need land when you're talking about buying property for homesteading. Just raw land is going to be very difficult to process because you got to bring in so many things just to water systems, draining system, all the tools, electricity, all those things. But if you have some sort of dwelling on that property, then you have a good potential homestead property, right? Because guess what? You could take that trailer off of that property, or hey, baby, better yet, go ahead and sustain in that until you can buy something else, right? Right? I mean, we sitting around here giving rent away when we could really, when you talk about sustainability, you hear people talking about, I'm going off grid and they want to build this and they're going to build this structure, they're going to build that structure. But the most important thing is that you get on your way to. Get on your way to sustainability in some way or another. And that begins with reducing reducing your expenses, understanding what it costs to be you. If how can you pay less than 30% of your income in housing? How can you reduce food insecurity? These are the ways. These are some of the ways that you do that. And so there's a lot of things we can do because, again, like I said, many of the things that are being offered as solutions that I've seen are merely band-aids. It's not sustainable. And so I want you all to be really thinking about, what does sustainability look like? Now, many of you were asking about the sorrel plants, the hibiscus. Yes. Do you know what it means to grow your own medicine? Do you know what it means to grow your own medicine? This is sorrel, hibiscus. I had so many plants this year. You can grow them in pots, and because I did both. You can grow them in pots, you can grow them in a raised bed, and you can grow them in the ground. Which one's going to grow better? The ones in the ground. Will the one in the bed produce? Absolutely. Will the one in the pot produce? Absolutely. I did all three. And so then they fruit in the fall. For those of you who've been asking me about them, because I know that we can grow them here in Zone 8B, go over, sign up for my newsletter so you can get it, that information, and I can send you out the information about the sorrel. I can send you information about when the seeds are ready. The seeds are drying now, so I'll have seeds ready soon. You know, I can sell you all seeds because, baby, this medicine, this is vitamin C antioxidants. The highest vitamin C you're going to get is in a sorrel plant. I just need you to understand that. Like, the body only absorbs but so much vitamin C at a time. But if you have it in a water soluble manner, then you're constantly feeding your body what it needs. And this is sorrel. This is the sorrel tea. I buy my own bags, so I make my own. Let me just show y'all. I can't come out. I buy my own bags, tea bags, so I make my own tea. So I have varieties upon varieties upon varieties of different herbs and different teas. It allows you to create your own apothecary so that just in case. You know, one thing that interests me that I really want to learn more about is the cold seed. They harvest seed, not only seed preservation in the Arctic. I forget what they call it, but it's, let me see if I can find it. So, seed saving, and it's in the art. It's a special project where they save seeds. Okay, it's called Global Seed Vault. It's in the Arctic of Norway. It's a secure facility that stores millions of seeds from around the world. And the vault is a backup for the world's food supply, protecting seeds from loss due to accidents, natural disasters, and other threats. Isn't that something? That's brilliant right there. Because what happens if the world is in, somebody smart and understand that disaster happens, and that if we don't have the seeds that actually supply food, then we won't be able to eat. I thought that was quite interesting, just so, like, that's stuff we need to really get into, because that's important to our health. It's important to our community. It's important to our families, and important to us as a whole people, right? So again, that seed thing is called the Salvard Vabard. Maybe it's Vabard. Maybe I'm trying to say and I shouldn't be. I think it's Vabard Archipelago. Vabard Archipelago. Vabard Archipelago of Norway. It's a global seed vault. Again, it is in Norway. It's a secure facility that stores millions of seeds from around the world. And the vault is a backup for the world's food supply, protecting seeds from loss due to accidents, natural disasters, and other threats. Isn't that something? Have you ever heard of it? I was watching a documentary the other day and I saw that. And of course, it intrigued me because, why shouldn't we be doing that, right? We should be. I'm glad someone was brilliant enough to do that. You know what else I read the other day? I thought a movie I watched the other day that I thought was very interesting was The Day After. I don't know if you've ever seen it before, but it was an amazing movie. The Day After, what it would be like after a natural disaster or some type of nuclear, what would it be like? And wow, I was really wowed by the how whew, if something like that were to happen, how do you even prepare for something like that, right? Anyway, y'all, that's all I have for today. Strawberries, homemade seeding, or not homemade seeding, homemade chick feed, and other things. Um, yeah, just wanted to come in and share today's lunch. And I will meet you right back here tomorrow on TOLTM Conversations with Dr. Eve, talking about all things community health and human service education as it relates to how do we become a more sustainable people, right? Follow me on the journey to sustainability. Peace and blessings to you all. May you have the most amazing day. And whatever you do, don't let anyone get in the way on your journey to becoming who God has called you to become. Peace and blessings, everyone.